Welcome, my dear friends. Myself, Professor Dr. Rajendra Raghuvir Deshpande from Pune, Maharashtra State, India, would like to welcome you all in my Ayurveda Academy YouTube channel. My dear friend, today's lecture is related with the physiology subject, which is very useful for the MBBS students, then Ayurveda students, homeopathy students, and also physiotherapy students. This topic is related with the muscle, and we will discuss about the excitation, contraction, coupling. So couple means two things are together. So let us see what excitation, contraction, coupling is. But before that, I think everybody knows that Professor Dr. Rajendra Deshpande is MD in Ayurvedic medicine and MD in Ayurvedic physiology. For paid online consultation, yes, you can definitely WhatsApp on 922681060. So let us start to discuss about excitation, contraction, coupling, this particular topic from the muscle. My dear friend, especially if you go for the previous year questions, there will be question on this particular topic in many methods. In physiotherapy course, this topic is under the syllabus point 1D. Excitation, contraction, coupling is a part of syllabus from the first point, general physiology. In general physiology, there are 4 points. First is a cell, second is a blood, third is about the nerve, and fourth point is related with the muscle. So this is 1D, related with the muscle. So what type of the questions are asked in the examination? Actually, first question can be molecular basis of muscular contraction. This is a very long question. Muscle contraction is a long question, so it can be asked for 10 or 15 marks. Then another type of question, the same but another language, describe muscle contraction. And third will be the part of this long question, that is excitation, contraction, coupling. So here, especially for the physiotherapy students, let me clear that how your syllabus point do not cover all the PYQ, that is previous year questions, because in the syllabus there is a question excitation, contraction, coupling, but there is no mention of muscle contraction. Try to understand. Muscle contraction is a very big topic, which I am going to make the videos in a different, what you can say, the small videos sections. So today we will concern only with excitation, contraction, coupling. So let us start. What is the big question? Molecular basis of muscular contraction. Molecular mechanism is responsible for the formation of actomyosin complex, that is actin and myosin complex, which results in muscular contraction, flexion, extension, flexion, extension. So this whole muscular contraction mechanism is divided into 3 stages. Number 1, you can see on the screen, excitation, contraction, coupling. This video will be restricted only to the excitation, contraction, coupling. But in the another video, I will discuss the role of troponin and tropomyosin. And in the third video, I will discuss about the sliding mechanism. So all 3 videos will be together, will make you the understanding of muscular contraction. Now, first point, excitation, contraction, coupling. Couple is a pair. Couple is a pair. So there are 2 things together. One is excitation and second is a contraction. Excitation, contraction, coupling is the process which occurs in between the excitation and contraction of the muscle. The process involves the series of activities which are responsible for the contraction of the excited muscle. Excitation is stimulation. Now, when a muscle is excited or stimulated by the impulses passing through the motor nerve and neuromuscular junction, action potential or the AP is generated in the muscle fiber. For example, my hand, my forearm is getting the stimulus from the brain motor nerve. You must understand, from periphery to the brain, this is sensory signals. From periphery to the brain, that is sensory system. There are 5 pathways. Optic pathway from the eyes to the brain. Auditory pathway from ear to the brain. Gustatory pathway from tongue to the brain. Olfactory pathway from nose to the brain. And this is touch, pain and temperature. Tactile sensation from skin to the brain. These 5 pathways are called as sensory pathway, ascending pathway. And another is from brain to my hands, to my legs, from brain to the periphery, that is motor pathway. There are 2 important types in the motor pathway, pyramidal tracts and non-pyramidal tracts. Of course, I am going to tell you all about these things regarding the nervous system in a separate section. Now, why I am telling you? Because here, when the muscle is getting excited from the nerves coming from the brain, they are giving the orders. Lift up your arm, take down your arm. So these are the orders. Order means motor system. Try to understand. The signal, excitation, stimulation is coming from the nerve up to the muscle. So here in the hand, neuromuscular junction is there and the cells are getting excited, and naturally RMP, resting membrane potential, is converted to, yes, AP, action potential. So this is the first step in excitation contraction coupling. Stimulation from the brain through the motor nerve to the NM junction, neuromuscular junction. AP is generated. What next? Action potential spread all over sarcolemma, here bicep muscle, and also into the muscle fiber through T tubules. T means transverse. Transverse tubules, they are like the canals. The T tubules are responsible rapid spread of action potential into my muscle fiber. Okay, let us start. T tubules are the transverse tubules. These are the narrow tubules formed by the invagination of sarcolemma. Don't worry, don't worry. I am going to show you the pictures of these T tubules and L tubules. Relax, relax. Okay? So these tubules penetrate all the way from one side of the muscle fiber to the another side. Transverse, transverse. This is vertical. This is transverse. T tubules, transverse tubules are responsible for rapid transmission of impulse in the form of AP, action potential, from sarcolemma to the myofibrils. Now, L tubule, longitudinal L tubules or sarcoplasmic reticulum. These are the closed tubules which run in the long axis of the muscle fiber, forming sarcoplasmic reticulum. L tubules store a large quantity of calcium ions. Now, basic terms. Next is a cisternae. What is cisternae? at regular intervals throughout the length of myofibril, the L tubule dilate, longitudinal tubule dilate to form a pair of lateral sacs, pair of lateral sacs which are called as, yes, cisternae. Each pair of terminal cisternae is in a close contact with T tubules. This cisternae is a close contact with the T tubules. Don't worry, we are going to show you the pictures. The T tubules, that is transverse tubules, along with the cisternae on either side is called as a triad of skeletal muscle. Triad of skeletal muscle. Write down IMP, question for oral examination during practical. What is the triad of skeletal muscle? Or there may be SAQ. Short answer question, only 3 mark. Triad of skeletal muscle. Triad means 3 things. 2 cisternae and 1 part of the T tubule. So these 3 things are called as a triad. Calcium ions are stored in L tubule, longitudinal tubule, and the amount of calcium ion is more in the cisternae. Don't forget this term. Now, stages of excitation, contraction, coupling. Couple means 2 things. One is excitation, second is a contraction. When the AP, action potential, reaches the cisternae of L tubule, longitudinal tubule cisternae, these cisternaes excited. Now, the calcium ions stored in the cisternae are released into sarcoplasm. The calcium ions from the sarcoplasm move towards the actin filaments to produce the contraction. You know, actin and myosin are responsible for, yes, contraction. Excitation, contraction, coupling in short. Excitation of muscle fiber by the impulses passing through the motor nerve coming from brain to periphery. It comes, excitation, stimulation comes to neuromuscular junction. Here is a junction. Nerve is coming, neuromuscular junction. Here, generation of action potential in the muscle fiber. This AP is sprayed by the T tubules, transverse tubules. Entrance of action potential in the cisternae. Release of calcium ions from the cisternae. Movement of calcium ion towards the actin filaments and contraction of the muscle fiber. So this is excitation, contraction, coupling. Excitation from brain to the hand, that is stimulus, electrical signal, action potential. And then contraction, 2 things are there. So it is called as excitation, contraction, coupling. Very easy to remember. Next. Here are the pictures. You can see. I will show you what is the important. Now, this is the myofibril. Can you see? This is sarcolemma covering. Can you see? Sarcolemma. Okay. Then these are the transverse tubules. Can you see? These are the only important words. You must draw this figure in your notebook immediately. Come on. Draw this figure. Only don't give all the names. Only give this myofibril. This is the fiber. Then this is T tubule. You can see here 1 and here 1. Cisternae. Here the calcium ions are stored. When stimulation comes from the brain, they get excited and the action potential spread over here. Okay? Action potential. So what are the important names? Myofibril, number 1. Sarcolemma covering. Sarcoplasmic reticulum. T tubule. So T tubule, that is the transverse tubules. Okay? Now, we will go next. Here you can see the sarcolemma. These are the myofibrils. Okay? Now, T tubules, that is a transverse tubule. Terminal cisternae. And this is a triad. That means cisternae plus transverse tubule, that is a triad. sarcoplasmic reticulum. So, stages of excitation contraction coupling, calcium ion from the link or the coupling material between the excitation and the contraction of the muscle. So who is responsible to making the meeting of the excitation and contraction? Calcium ion are responsible to make the union of the or the link, that is a coupling between excitation and contraction. Who are responsible? In between there is a calcium ions. So calcium ions are said to form the basis of excitation contraction coupling. What is the most important ion? Calcium ion. Calcium ions are important to form the basis of excitation contraction coupling. Now, this is the next video. Just is the trailer. So next video will be role of troponin and tropomyosin in the muscle contraction. But today I am stopping at this moment because in the BPTH syllabus, in the general physiology 1D, that is muscle part, there is only title is excitation contraction coupling. So thank you very much. I wish all the best, and we will see you the same type of videos in the physiology subject. Thanks very much, and I wish you all the best. Take care. Thank you.